Hey, Sim fans! Oh my gosh, I had to check in. I know it's not like a normal check-in time or anything. It's like a random 11 o'clock at night thing. But okay, so I took Jarrett to the Spice Festival because it's like an awesome place to get just free food. And then with the new family pack coming, being out, I want to show you guys something even more awesome. You can actually click on all this cool sample stuff. Okay, his queue's full. Anyway, you can have them bag it up in a bag lunch. So I'm hoping I can just, put it in his inventory, I'm thinking. Did that go? I'm confused. Put in inventory. Yes. So I'm having him basically bag up one of each and put them in his inventory to take home. So you can have take home some of this delicious Spice Festival food. Kind of like a doggy bag, is how I'm thinking of it. But I'm checking in because I'm so excited. He only had 5 paintings in his inventory. Remember how I told you guys I was going to have him go ahead and sell just what he had because he had $2. He was down to $2. And so he sold all 5. And as you can see, he has over 10 grand, which is awesome. We're going to keep living in this current apartment until he has another set of bills. Okay? It's really raining outside. Sorry, I don't know if my mic's picking that up or not. I'm going to pack that into a sack lunch. What is this? Oh, grilled chicken? Yeah. And these are just hot dogs. We don't need hot dogs. If it's something kind of cool, sure. Ooh, can we pack this stuff? Yes! Alright, so I'm just like packing all these sack lunches up. We're going to take them home and just be like totally cheap and just have all this free food. I don't think the sack lunches expire. So that's another thing. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, they do like 17 hours. But we're going to put them in the fridge. So, oh, wait. He can't put this in a sack lunch? Is he like trying to eat it or something? Okay, maybe it won't let you do the the spice contest one. That's okay. We got 7 sack lunches. We got like a little sample of everything. He sold all 5 paintings. I'm so excited. Things are going so good for him. As soon as he gets bills, I'm going to move him to the next apartment. So, that's that. I mean, because he just paid bills, but I'm not going to count that because, as I told you guys before, he'd only been in the apartment like 2 days when he got bills. I don't think that's really fair. I mean, come on, like a sim week at least, right? So he's going to go to the bathroom, and then I'm going to send him home. The Spice Festival's pretty much over. And then I'll fast forward through the night and just kind of keep going. It's going to be really boring, though, because pretty much I'm going to have him just paint. He's going to be just painting. I'm going to build up some money. One of my viewers, Roxanne, you brought up an excellent point. You were like, hey, if you like pretty much only make enough to move, and then you subtract all that money and you're basically spending it all, it's going to take like forever to get in the penthouse. And that is so true. So, I'm going to try to build up like a bigger nest egg, if you will. I'm still going to subtract the sale of the apartment because it's not his money to keep. But all his money from the sale of his paintings and stuff, if he goes kind of over, like, he's going to easily probably have like, I'm not even kidding, $30K by the time I move him. And then we're going to subtract the sale of the apartment, and then he'll probably have what he needs to move again, but he has to stay until he at least pays some bills, or a sim week. We'll say, whichever comes the latter, like a sim week or bills, But yeah, he's going to pretty much just be holed up in his apartment painting. Now, if his girlfriend stops by, we'll stop painting and we'll visit with her. Or he gets a lot of social calls. He gets invited out a lot. No, I don't want to close the window. I know it's bright and it's making me look like some weird ghost, but I'm enjoying watching the rain. So, my desk sits in the bay window of my bedroom. And so I've got, you know, windows kind of flanking either side of me and then one directly in front of me. I only have one open right now, though. That's the one that you can't really see the street from my house. It's back far enough in the trees where when you look out my window, I'm upstairs. I just see trees and rain. This window, I can see the street kind of, like if someone goes by. The window in front of me, trees, all trees. Not that I mind that. Oh, I forgot. Everything's broken. Well, then let's call like a repair person. Now that we have money. Hire a service. And let's do a repair service. And then let's put our sack lunches in the fridge. If it'll even let us. Let's see. Okay. Open. So now he has like plenty of food. I haven't played with the whole like getting a sack lunch out yet. Like, how does that work? Unpack sack lunch? Or do I just... I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, he's cleaning out the spoiled food. I haven't messed with the sack lunches a whole lot, so... I'm just trying to like see, can I just drag one? It drags all of them. What if I open this? Then can I drag one? And then I think from here he can just eat it, right? Or place in the world. I'm playing around with this, trying to figure it out. And then can I eat it? I guess you say unpack, and unpack is the same as eating it. I guess. Like I said, I'm still learning all that, so okay. We'll figure it out. But I think it was a way to get like a whole bunch of really good free food. So he's asleep. I'm gonna fast forward it. It's not gonna hyper fast forward it because the repair lady's here. But at least it'll fast forward it some, and then as soon as the time runs out on this video, I'm probably just gonna play him for a few days and just have him paint, and I'll check in when it's time to do a sale, which is, I like to do 10 paintings just personally, and then we'll go back to our kind of little added goal that I threw in there where if he sells all 10 in a sale, then we can up his percentage. His stuff sells for a lot of money now. He's maxed out his painting skill. He does a lot of masterpieces and stuff. Even his small paintings sell for at least $1,000. So 10 paintings, wow, we might be like really rolling in it by the time he goes to move. All right. Oh no, why is there a sack lunch out? Did the repair lady do that? What happened? Where did that sack lunch come from? Strange. Okay, whatever. Now he's got like water everywhere. We'll get it cleaned up. At some point, we'll be able to hire like a maid service. Oh, he's awake. What happened? Oh, okay. He's eating. At some point, we'll be able to hire like a maid service to kind of help keep things clean. And then we've always got Maki that we can move in. That'll be tricky. I mean, I guess you can count if you move someone in because y'all are like agreed to be roommates or you're romantically involved, then they can have a job and you can count their income, and that will probably come in handy like when he gets into the really expensive stuff. Like for now, he's totally fine living on his own. He's obviously going to be able to move quickly. He's got enough money to move now. But we'll hold off on moving Maki in until he gets into the really expensive stuff. The stuff that's like $20,000 to move and things like that. We'll see. We'll look at it. And then of course if his age is kind of getting up there too. No, dude, you need to clean this place up. It's gross. Is that pretty much it? I guess that's it. Then he needs to paint. I was hoping, since he's inspired, that he would just like want to paint on his own. But he does get, as I was saying, he does get a lot of social calls. There's people calling him all the time, inviting him out, just all over, restaurants, dance clubs, parties, and because he's, I mean, I know he's not single, he has a girlfriend, but because he's kind of a bachelor in the fact that he lives alone, I always send him when he gets a social call. I think my sim invited him out to a dance club, and he went, and I think we took Maki too, so it worked out. And he's got his little bowling club. No, I really want you to paint, like, I really do, but I like it when he chooses the painting. But this is his bowl. Ooh, look at Maki. This is his Bowlers Anonymous. It has my sim, Bob Pancakes, and Maki, and he's pretty friendly with my sim. I guess we're compatible. We only hung out, one time other than our bowling club. Bob's kind of antisocial. I don't know if y'all have played oh good, it worked. If y'all have played the Pancake Family at all, but I don't know. They said that the pancakes are kind of based on the Newbie family from the very first Sims game. If you've played the very first Sims game, the Newbie family was the tutorial family, and they lived in this tiny little one-bedroom house. It was just for tutorial purposes. I mean, you could play them afterwards, sure, but I mean that was their purpose. And then they, I think the Newbie name might have surfaced over the years, but the pancakes are based off the Newbies, which I'm not really sure why they didn't just give them the last name Newbie. That would have been better. But anyway, Eliza is a very strong personality. Okay, I'll close the window now. She kind of reminds me of, she just kind of she's just kind of bitchy. And then Bob, she's very aggressive, and then Bob is very passive or submissive, maybe is a good word, which usually in a relationship there's one of each, because that opposites attract and all that. Usually it's a an aggressive and a submissive type personality, because that's what gets along. If you put two aggressive people together, they fight all the time. If you put two submissive people together, nothing gets accomplished because they're all like, yes dear, yes dear. Anyway, so usually that's how it is. But she's like, they're like extreme opposites. like me and my guy, we have a little bit of both. Like, we're both aggressive and then we're both passive, but we balance it at the right times, if that makes sense. Like, I am an aggressive personality, like if you just had to like stick me in a category, but I can be passive. I'm not like all the time rah rah rah. I think Eliza's like all the time rah 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 on Bob. Like, you could just see it in his body language and his face. He looks so depressed, like she's always on him. This is a really ugly painting. It's like a sad bucktooth fish. It's terrible. And watch it go for like $1,300 or something ridiculous. Paint something else. Okay, good. I love when he just does it on his own. Looks like he needs some social. So let's have him give Maki a call. It's 3 in the afternoon. She doesn't have to like come over or anything, but let's just, or call my sim. Chat. Just call and chat. Kind of build on that friendship. He needs to have more than just Maki to talk to and hang out with. I know it's weird having, female friends and hanging out with them. Hopefully Maki's okay with that. Everyone has a different stance on that. I'm okay with my guy having female friends as long as it's kept appropriate. Like, don't go out for dinner dates and movie dates. Like, if you want to go have lunch, cool, go have lunch. If you want to invite her over to hang out with us, cool, it's fine. But dinner dates, movie dates, it's kind of like, probably shouldn't do that unless it's a same-sex friend. If you're in a relationship. Of course, he did go to a dance club with my sim. Okay, you can finish your painting now. I just wanted you to get a little social in. Like I said, this part's going to be boring, because for the next few days, I'm just going to have him paint. And then the only time he's going to not be painting is when he's going to stop and take care of his needs, or he's invited somewhere. That's pretty much it. I might do a bowling club meeting just every now and then, just so that, if he hasn't had an invite in a few days, just so he doesn't go stir crazy. I know there is no stir crazy in 4 like there was in 3, although I kind of wish there was. But, at least I can get him out through the bowling club, which I thought about, not for this game, maybe my random legacy, because the worlds are getting kind of stale and like all the venues are getting kind of stale. I thought about swapping them all out for stuff on the gallery and like making it interesting. Like go through all the community buildings and just put out a new museum and put out a new library and maybe some new parks, things like that, and just kind of shift it up a little bit for the next generation, so that when we do go visit places, it's not like, oh, we've been here a dozen times, everyone's seen it, I've got this in my game, that kind of thing. It's like something new and exciting, and you're all like, hey, look at this place, it's kind of cool. Oh, looks like Maki's stopping by. Alright, go take care of your bladder, dude. That one's kind of pretty. It's like roses. It's very pretty. Too bad we can't give gifts. Remember, is it 3 that we can give gifts? And I think 2 we could give gifts. I wish we could give gifts in 4. I would have him give that to Maki if we could, because it's like giving her a dozen roses, but hand painted by him. That's more special, I think. I'm not a flowers girl. I think they're a waste of money. They die in a week, and they're like $40 for like a dozen roses or something. They're crazy. I would love for my guy, even if he wasn't that great of a painter, I would love for him to hand paint like a dozen roses or something and give it to me that way. Then I can hang on the wall, or even if he just wants to draw it and I can frame it. That would be the way I would want to get flowers. Is she like really here, or is she... Sometimes she just like comes in the neighborhood and that shows up, which looks like the case here. So I'm just gonna have him put this in his inventory and hopefully he'll start another one. Got people always want to text me when I'm doing these, like, paint another one, come on, you're inspired. There you go. Let me answer this. And oh, he's got a large painting this time. I always miss it isn't. Oh, there she is. Now she shows up. Why don't we make her something to eat? Like, serve dinner. Ooh, garlic noodles. It's nice. He's got kind of a high cooking skill, huh? What's his cooking skill? Oh, well, no, he's a 5. You can cook quite a bit with 5. I don't really like concentrate on his skills, so what he has is just stuff he's acquired on his own. So yeah. Oh, if you're not watching my random legacy, you should totally go check it out. I'm fixing to start a new generation 9. I mean, I've got some episodes recorded up. I think I've got 4 or 5 episodes that are kind of recorded up that I got to get out there that still involve Keaton's generation. But in the actual gameplay where I'm at is I'm actually starting the next generation 9. And, well, heck, by the time you see this, because I like to kind of record ahead, by the time you see this, it might already be out. But with the new Parenthood pack being out, this next generation is going to be a lot of fun to play, and hopefully a lot of fun to watch and keep up with, because we've got all these new parenting skills and things we can do as parents, and then we can kind of shape our kids into getting these traits that we can't control when they age up, and I like that. Man, every time I get him to cook something for her, the timer runs out, and then she just ends up leaving. Let's see how fast. Maybe I can be fast enough where I can... Oh, I know. Oh, nope, she's gonna leave. Well, maybe next time. I can always put it in the fridge and next time. But yeah, she walks out. Okay, anyway, that was time. I had to check in, and I was so excited about the 10,000 and the sack lunches and just all the stuff going on that I had to check in with you guys. But thanks for watching. Leave me some comments down below if you're playing this challenge. Let me know how it's going. And hit the like button if you like the video. Subscribe to my channel. It's free. It just shows your support. I really appreciate it. And this is Crystal signing off. Until next time.